Alright, hello and welcome back, everybody. Hold up, I gotta fix the fucking mic, of course. Alright, hello and welcome back, everybody. Today, we're gonna do a short little video on, well, I guess I may make a little series on showing how to maintain your Volvo. Today, the question, or the topic is going to be this little area, brake fluid. So brake fluid, basically gonna talk about everything brake related on this car. As you can see, who knows when the last brake fluid change was done, you know, it's probably fucking years. Car's already on jack stands, got my wheels off, all of them. Might put these gold wheels on temporarily, we'll see, don't know. But I was gonna wait on this because I actually wanted to replace my brake lines as well, but the thing is, the brake lines are so caked up that it's probably, I'm just gonna not touch them for a bit. I have stainless steel brake lines, but you know, anyways, back to the point. God, there's fucking okay, so let's get into it. Let me grab a light, 'cause I'm sure I'm gonna need a light. Here it is. Alright, 740, my beloved. I still gotta do the head gasket on it. Alright, so 240s, I believe, don't have this problem. I'm not huge on 240s. I don't really know the specifics. Yes, I have one, but 240s come with ATE calipers, and then 700 and 900 series come with Girling or Bendix. So how do you know if your car has Girling or Bendix? Let's start with the rear. The rear, it doesn't matter. The rear, there's only one style of rear, and that's really it. So when you're buying brake pads for the rear, they're all the same. As you can see, I do suggest you get the new hardware with it. Usually kits come with them. If they don't, pay the extra bit. Always update them. But the front is where it matters, whether it's Girling or Bendix. I'll put some diagrams up and whatnot. But so I have Bendix calipers. How do I know? I'll tell you. When you have this centerpiece, that center bar right there, and you have, if you look at here, there's two notches, these ears on the pads, and then there is ears on the bottom, two ears. Only Bendix calipers have two ears. Girling calipers, it's a different type of caliper, and it's usually covered here. There is no ears at all, and it's just one spring on the top. And yeah, that's literally it. That's how you tell if you have Bendix or Girling. Only way to really know is to take the wheel off and literally look at it. But brake discs, you don't really have to worry about them. They're the same for Bendix and Girling. And yeah, so this video, again, we're gonna focus on the brakes. This is my first time having the car in the air. I did look on the bottom. Let's get on there for a bit. We are leaking. Rear main is definitely leaking. Trans pan is leaking. I mean, as expected. Everything else seems to be somewhat okay. Definitely we'll have to do the fuel pump delete and convert to rear fuel pump only. Other than that, it's not too terrible. I'm not seeing a lot of rust. I'm not seeing a lot of really anything. It's just this undercoating. It's kind of nasty on this car, but oh well. Alright, let's get started. So, what do you need to bleed your brakes? Very simple. You obviously need new brake fluid. .4 is what you need. A pressure bleeder. You can get different type of bleeders. I do not suggest you can do gravity bleeding and whatnot. There is different ways. I do not suggest to do any of that. This is the way you should be doing it. A pressure bleeder. Pressure bleeder is the, I don't care who you are, what you say, pressure bleeder is the best way to bleed any brake on any fucking car, whether it's that Mitsubishi, Buick, the Volvos, my Volkswagen, that Maserati, whatever it is. This is the tool of choice. So, I already took the cap off. I'm gonna, don't fill your brake fluid tool, your pressure bleeder, on top of a car. If you don't know this, brake fluid is the #1 enemy of paint. This is paint remover, basically. It is so strong, it will ruin your paint. Do not use brake fluid on top of paint. Everything is sealed, nothing's been opened, so it's safe to be on it right now. But when I fill them up, I'm going to do it on the floor. All you're going to do is take this cap off, pour all your fluid in, close the cap, and then I will cut to it when and show you how to actually use the thing. So let me fill up my brake fluid and we'll continue from there on. Alright, so put the fluid in there. It's gonna be yellowish to off-white. It's gonna look clear when you're pouring it out. Let's talk a little bit about the fluid before we start anything. So, Motul RBF 600 .4. You want to use .4, nothing else. Stick to .4. It's a street car, like a normal commuter car. Most of the race cars still use .4. If you have a full-blown race car and you really want to be the cool guy, you have to empty out your whole system and switch to 5.1. Not 5, but 5.1. Do a little bit more research on 5.1 fluid. I ran on some of my cars in the past. Excessive full-blown race car stuff, don't need it. .4 just does fine. You can get racing grade .4, which is 660. This is 600. This is still racing grade. 660 is like the top of the line racing grade you can buy. Again, you can use it, but you don't need to. It just has a higher boiling point from heavy braking during track and whatnot. Normal car does not need it. Stick to this or even any other regular .4. Fucking AutoZone one works too, like if it comes down to it. I like to use quality stuff. I don't mind spending a little extra money. Castrol makes a nice one. Motul is kind of usually the go-to. Again, you want to use something fancier, all freedom to you. No, like it doesn't matter as long as it's .4. So how does this work? You're gonna screw your cap on all the way, like how we are right now, and I'm gonna put the GoPro on the stand and connect the pressure bleeder, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna pump it. So let me connect the pressure bleeder and then I'll show you what to do. So we're gonna basically pump this until it goes to 2 bar, which is 30 psi. We are at almost there. There you go. 30 psi, as you can see. I'm gonna keep it there. Put this here. So the beauty about the pressure bleeder is it does everything for you. System is pressurized. All we need to do is 1 second. Alright, all we need to do is see what size the the bleeder caliper, the bleeders are, like the bleeder screws. And then make sure you have one of these. Rule of thumb, let's speak some basics. How do you know which caliper to bleed first? Well, if you don't know, and this is a universal rule of thumb, applies to every car out there, wherever the brake master cylinder is, which 9 out of 10 it's going to be right here in the driver front, you're going to start out with the farthest caliper, which would be passenger rear, and then driver rear, and then passenger front, and then driver front. That is exactly how the bleeding procedure goes. So let's get back here. Here's the bleeder screw. No idea what size it is. Usually on modern cars it's just an 11 millimeter, but to be honest with you, I don't remember what it is on these cars. Alright, so bleeder screw. Here's our catch bottle. Normally what you would do is put the catch bottle on it. It's a bit tight, but the normal procedure would be put the catch bottle on it, get your 8 millimeter wrench, and crack on it. I don't have that luxury, unfortunately. So what I will do is grab a shallow. I'm gonna put it on and just crack it slightly. If you crack it slightly like this, you won't make a mess. Get that bottle on, and usually it will let your hand turn, but of course it doesn't. Okay, now the fluid's coming out. You can't see it, but it is. Probably with that angle you can't see it. So now you can see the fluid coming out. We can go ahead and loosen this more. What I will do is, once it gets loosened, look at that color. That is disgusting. It's never been bled in its life, probably. And I mean never. So color will change as the clean fluid enters. As you can see, it was pretty dark. It's getting lighter. We're just gonna wait for it to get even lighter. Oh yeah, she's cleaning up alright. So we already got all the dirty fluid out, but I'm seeing a lot of material, as in like little rust, maybe dirt, rust, whatever it is. But as you see, the fluid is now clean. We have entered clean fluid. This is brand new fluid. Normally I would say you stop about here because all the fluid's already circulated, but we're gonna run it just a little bit more. We have plenty of fluid in hand. So if you have air bubbles coming out, you'll see air bubbles. I don't have any coming out, so if you see air bubbles, you have to wait until all the air bubbles leave. Basically, you got to get rid of all the air bubbles in the system. That is the #1 enemy of any brakes, air bubbles. So the fluid is clear now. We have the good fluid going, and probably in about maybe, well, I'll just wait until the bottle reaches halfway. Once it reaches halfway, then or maybe quarter we'll do. Quarter way we'll cut it, and that will be our first caliper bled. And then we'll move on to the other side. So let me grab this. You can see clean fluid coming out. Look at that color. It is not supposed to be that color, guys. Normally I will do a brake fluid every 2 years. It's kind of like the standard, but no, obviously to each their own. You don't have to do that. just high enough. Torque specs usually around 11 Newton meters, so you don't have to tighten it too much. Once the fluid is done coming, you just basically stop right there. All right, now we're gonna do this side. So if you look, does it seem like any fluids coming out? It could be, there could be a bit of a blockage. Which I think there might be, actually. So if that's the case, if there is a blockage, let me go check the pressure. Sometimes you do have to check your pressure. Lower, but it's still not doing anything. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna give it a little tap on the brake. You see how the fluid did come out? So there's something blocking the system. Keep pressing the brake. And still nothing coming out. This is not good. This is not good at all. Pressing the brake until it breaks free. There you go. Got it. And now, the blockage was at the bleeder screw. Very common. It can always happen. So now it's emptying out. If you take a look at it, you will see the fluid changing color with as the new fluid enters. So you see the fluid color getting much lighter compared to the brown that was coming out of it originally, which means we did clear the blockage, and all the good fluid is entering the waste can now. After each caliper, you want to check your pressure on your bleeder. Obviously you're relieving pressure by opening the bleeder screw, so look at that beautiful color, beautiful clear coming through. That is what you want to see. That is exactly where you want to be at. See, I'm doing this. If you look carefully, you may be able to see it. I don't know how much the GoPro is going to pick it up, but I will try to shine my light on as much as I can. When I close this bleeder screws, it's not closed, but there is a bit of a restriction still there. When I let go a little bit, give that space, or when I loosen it up a little bit more, a little bit more junk comes out of it. You may not be able to see it now that I don't see it either, because we probably got all of it out. But look at the color of the brake fluid. That is beautiful. That's exactly where you want to be at. So this caliper is good. gonna probably not the most professional way of doing this, but it does work. And kind of just enough snug. Perfect. That's 2 calipers done. So we started out with passenger rear, went to driver rear. Now we're gonna go to passenger front. The front bleed much quicker because it's much less brake line. On these there is 2 bleeder screws, of course. I am going to be completely honest with you. If I knew which one I need to bleed first, or if I told you that I didn't, I'd be lying. No idea. So we're gonna bleed both, obviously. Let me see how hard it is. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that. Okay, go ahead and get the GoPro on. Boom. I'm gonna start with the bottom one. It's not gonna matter too much. There is no air on the system, so it is not an 8. In the front, it looks like it will be an 11, definitely. Let me go grab the 11. I did loosen it. There you go, fluid coming out. Oh yeah, look at all that fluid coming out. A little bit of air came out too, actually. There we go. Let's get all that dirty fluid out. If you see this air bubble, don't be too concerned about it. This is okay. As long as air bubbles are not keep on coming out, traveling down, then that means you don't have any air bubbles. Sometimes the lines will accumulate an air bubble like that. It's because of the flow coming from it. There's just not enough flow to fill out the whole line. So this is actually okay. It even is actually filling up. So I should probably check the pressure on the bleeder as well. But as you see, the color is good again. So since there's 2 bleeder screws, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one. Like I said, front is usually much quicker. There goes that. Boom. Tighten this bad boy up just like that. Beautiful. Go ahead and loosen it. See it filling up. See, again, a bunch of air came out. This could just be because of me moving the this neck. Sometimes that does do that. But as you see, changing color pretty quickly already. Go check the pressure on the bleeder. pressure was low, but this is good now. Let's go ahead and close this up. All right, brake bottle is full. Let's go empty this out. Just gonna put it in here. Yes, this is okay to do, by the way, so don't be concerned. Look at that color compared to that beautiful clear stuff we're putting in there. If you spill brake clean on paint, the best way to clean it is with regular water. Brake fluid is best cleaned with regular water, not brake clean, but regular water. This applies on anything, honestly, not just paint. You spill it on your driveway, wash it off with the hose. So you removed it, and then you want to live with this situation where it's filled to the brim, and the max says right there. You have two options: a fluid extractor or a paper towel. Not everybody's gonna have a fluid extractor, so I'm just gonna show you the paper towel. All you do is, and yes, this is okay to do, just kind of touch it and let the paper towel absorb it. This is a clean, mess-free way to do it. Don't dunk it, let it absorb it. As it's absorbing, you can slowly dunk it in there. Let it absorb more and more and more. Boom. See that? You can get other paper towel and absorb even more if you need to. I'm not going back in it again, other one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fluid extract it. Perfect level right there. Get your protective and boom, that is how you do a proper brake flush. For your 240, if you're a 240 owner, it is not the same. Well, I lied, it is the same. The only thing is, on the 240s there is 2 bleeder screws, but you're not supposed to bleed all of them. You can, but you don't have to. You can only bleed, I believe it's the bottom one when I did mine. I don't remember. Oh look, I have 240 calipers right here from my 240. So, bleeder screw 1, and then another bleeder screw. See, there's 3 total. I don't remember which one you need to fucking do though. I believe you do need to, I think this is the only one that you need to bleed. Or maybe the outer one. Fuck, I don't remember. Stainless steel lines. Gonna put some of those on this and that. But still a lot of work to be done. Working on the right side harness right now. This harness is finished. New headlights are on too, so it's all good. Gotta do the exhaust. A lot of work ahead of me. But thank you for watching today's video, and see you guys next time.